Does everybody know what the word pun is all about? I don't think it's anything to do with punishment, so you're okay, you can come in. It's nothing to do with punishment, it's not punishing. What is a pun? I'd like somebody to come and tell me what a pun is. Pun. So Walter Redfern spoke about it in 1984. He succinctly said, to pun, he's using it as a verb, look. To make a pun, that's a noun. To pun is to treat homonyms as synonyms. So, it's something about using a word in a certain way. So there's a riddle here. What's black and white but red all over? Now when I read it, it's very clear, but if you listen to me say, what's black and white but red all over? What's black and white but red all over? Well, how can it be red all over if it's black and white? But you see that it's a pun, red. It works in voice, at least. And the answer is a newspaper, because it's not red, the colour. It's red all over. I have read it all over, the newspaper. So we're going to look at some slogans. Some of them have got puns, and some of them have got other interesting wordplay. And we'll have a look at them. So here we go. Here's the list of slogans. We've got the company slogan, and we'll try and explain them sometimes, speak about them. Hi there, dear.
Hello.
So have a look at these company names and slogans. Who's heard of any of these companies? Can you tell me which of these companies you've actually heard of?
Orange, Kit Kat.
Orange, yeah, I know them.
I know GoDaddy.
Yeah, I've used GoDaddy before.
Kit Kat.
I don't use them at the moment. I drink
Cambridge.
Spitfire. Yeah, Cambridge, of course, we know.
Maybe Pioneer.
Pioneer.
Okay, let me move the screen a minute. I think I might be able to make it smaller, but how small can I make it? We've got quite a few of these, you see. Whoa.
Oh.
So I'll send the link, and then you can even have a look yourself if it loads. Sometimes it's having a problem loading. So I always try to load my pages before I come into the Hangout now. Somehow the web works like a rocket when I'm not in a Hangout, but when I'm in a Hangout, all kinds of things happen. So company names. So let's have a look then. Sometimes there are puns. That's a word which could be a homophone of the true meaning. Sometimes there aren't puns. Has anyone seen the actual TV advert or the video for the orange advert with the future is bright with orange? Has anyone ever seen that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I've seen it. The sky is full of big orange balloons. So it's just a kind of idea. The future is bright with orange. So the future is bright with orange, the company, and the future is bright with the orange colour. So it's a very simple idea, but sometimes simple ideas work very well. Now, GoDaddy is an interesting little slogan, isn't it? Furkan, could you actually talk me through that one? What do you think of that GoDaddy slogan?
GoDaddy is a domain company, sells domains, and if the web is your domain, you can buy every domain in the web.
So can you tell me a bit more about the word domain?
In this other meaning, like domain of children or domain of some kind of things they're using. But on the internet, we usually use for website names.
Okay, so it has some words have a particular meaning in certain fields or certain areas. So in terms of the internet, in terms of the web, domain has a very specific meaning, but it has a general kind of meaning as well, like your area, your kind of field, where you work. So the web is your domain is quite a nice way of using a soft pun. So your domain could mean your website URL. It could mean it's your area, your field, the way you work, how you work. I don't know if anybody's going to understand the Spitfire one. This is a brewery. I love this drink. I had one yesterday in Canterbury. There was some great live music on the streets yesterday. I saw a great sax player on the streets and another band with a double bass, and had a pint of Spitfire. Now, the bottle of Britain, does anyone have any idea at all about why that might contain some kind of wordplay?
It means a battle?
Yeah, a bottle is the bottle of beer, but the wordplay is the Battle of Britain. But does anybody actually know that? Because I think it's related to British history.
Yeah, Spitfire planes. In the World War II.
In World War II, the Battle of Britain was the name given to the air fighting.
Yeah,
with aeroplanes. So and the bottle of Britain, yes. So.
But I think this slogan is for me is the meaning that when you drink this beer, you you are Britain. You can taste a Britain.
Yeah, there's a feeling of this, and I think that very good slogans often give people a feeling without
somehow you are in Britain.
Yeah, they don't state something all the time. They don't directly state things, but they give people an idea, something to think about. I quite like the next one, actually. So, Igor, what do you think about Euroline transport?
Straight to the point. What this company, Euroline Transport, if you will choose their service, they will bring I don't know, you or maybe your.
Maybe take you.
Sorry.
Would they take you or bring you? Take you, maybe.
Take you, or your staff will be direct where you want to be.
So are you speaking about from point A to point B, straight to the point?
Yes, and here is another meaning that this company is serious company.
Okay, that second meaning, so straight to the point could be literally from point A directly to point B without going all around the houses. Directly, straight to the point. But in terms of business and communication, what's the other meaning, Igor?
That company is serious. The company do not talk much and do anything, but do all and do not talk much.
So in communication too, straight to the point is a kind of idiom meaning direct speech, straight talking. So Euroline Transport will not mess you around. They will get straight to the point. Yes. Now this of course, Cambridge Dictionaries, you would expect to have something quite nice, and I think this is quite interesting, quite worth talking about. So I'm going to see who can do that one. Dina, are you here? Ishmael, are you here?
Yes, Leon, I am here.
Hi there. Great. Can you read this? Can you read on the screen Cambridge Dictionaries?
Yes. Cambridge Dictionaries, the first and last word.
Now, I want you to tell us all everything that you can see, everything that comes into your mind that's related to the slogan, the first and last word.
When we searching any word and look at Cambridge Dictionary, we can find everything what we are searching for. I think
We can find anything. Yes, anything that we're
all
searching
of the
for.
words
Hmm.
which we are searching for.
Now, another question. Look at the last word. To have the last word. What does that mean? It's a kind of idiom. If you say they always have the last word.
The Cambridge dictionaries say the first and the last word. I understand from this that the Cambridge dictionaries explain everything about a word.
Yes, so I think that's a good, clear meaning that they have every word, the first and last word. But there's a particular idiomatic meaning of to have the last word. Do you know that?
It is related with the time, Leon. You can find the old words in the dictionary, maybe.
Suppose people have a disagreement at work or somewhere, but somebody has the last word. What does that mean?
I wrote in the chat.
So
Anybody or Ismail?
I think it means a final decision.
yeah, something more like that. It says if you have the
Yes.
last word, you overrule everybody else. So, well, we have the last word on this, so that's the end now. And so they're really saying they are the authority.
What will say Cambridge Dictionary will be correct.
Yeah, and there's no point in saying more because they have the authority and they have the last word. So this is a kind of pun. This is what a pun is. It's not necessarily one word, but a kind of double idea. So now this one, I think you might need to know something about history and something about this company, Saatchi & Saatchi. They're an advertising company, a big agency. They worked for Mrs. Thatcher to criticise the Socialist Party, the Labour government, and they came up with this slogan. And there is a picture, actually, of lots of men in a queue waiting at the unemployment office, and they said, Labour is not working. Now, maybe I should talk about this one and then pass on for the next one to somebody. But does anybody want to say anything about this one?
No.
Leon, could you explain the company something about Saatchi?
Saatchi & Saatchi are an advertising agency. They design and produce some kind of campaigns, advertising campaigns, marketing campaigns. So they are a marketing company. And this campaign was trying to show that the Socialist Party were producing lots of unemployment. And they said Labour is not working. And I think it's very clever because it's got lots of little double meanings. Labour, the whole party name, is about working. Labour and work. The labour force. So the Socialist Party name, Labour, is referring to the workers, the people who work in manual jobs. So Labour is not working, so vote for us. And they show a big queue of people waiting in a queue to get their benefit money. The ironic thing was that actually the unemployment figures went up after this. But that's another story. But I think it was quite an interesting campaign. Let's move on to Kit Kat. So, Abo, are you there? Abo Faris? I'm going to do the 1, 2, 3, 4 trick in a moment. Dina, are you here?
Yes.
Good. Have you ever had a Kit Kat, or do you think that eating chocolate isn't good for you?
Sorry?
Have you ever had a Kit Kat?
Of course.
So, what do you think of the Kit Kat slogan? Could you just tell us something about it?
I think it's a good slogan because when you have a break, we need to eat something which make us more relaxed and more.
How do you say relaxed? Relaxed?
Yes,
Yeah.
chocolate makes us relaxed.
Now, where the word break, if you've seen it on TV, you will see that there was a little very obvious pun with the word break. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. Has anyone actually seen an advert for Kit Kat on TV or cinema?
Yeah, I saw.
And what is the break? First of all, have a break is relax, some time off work. But when they say have a break, what do? They have another kind of break. So what possible pun could there be on the word break?
I think it's about words. Have a Kit Kat, maybe have a bit cut. Have a
Yeah,
cut.
they break a piece of chocolate. So actually they open the chocolate bar and they say have a break. And as they say have a break, they go snap like this on the bar. Crunch. So they have a break, have a Kit Kat. So yeah, that's quite straightforward. Sometimes it's just very straightforward, but like the orange, the future is bright with orange. The whole sky is full of orange. Yes, Orange is a great company. Sometimes it's very clear and obvious, but sometimes it's quite a little wordplay. Moss Security, that's a security company dealing with house security or company premises and their security. So now, Fernando, are you here? Fernando Camacho. What about Giuseppe? Giuseppe. Hello? We've got a lot of people here who are not actually playing. So it's very confusing.
They're listening.
Yeah, but you should listen from the outside because there's people who want to come in and speak to us today. Igor, back to you then. So can you have a go through this one? The Moss Security. What can you say about it? Tell me what you see.
Alarmed? You should be. They give you one second.
Yeah, thank you. I was going to do the same. So
They give you a hint, a tip, or allusion that maybe something it's wrong where you live or on your where is your office. Maybe it's not something. Maybe it's all okay, but you should be. You should.
maybe there's another word which would be similar to alarmed, but they've used the word alarmed to create the pun. So actually the word alarmed could have two possible meanings. Can you give me two meanings, Igor, for the word alarmed in this phrase? Alarmed, you should be.
Alarmed is when you alert, worry.
Yes,
Worried.
worried. Are you worried?
Yes.
You
Worried?
really should be. Aren't you worried? You should be.
Yes.
But the other meaning probably wouldn't be said this way exactly normally. But there is
it's
another
meaning
meaning.
that if you have alarm.
Yes.
at home.
Do you have an alarm system?
Yes.
You should.
Yes.
Yes. Aren't you worried? You should be. Don't you have an alarm system? So alarmed, you should be. Yeah. Now, I think the next one is going to cause a few problems around here because there's some vocabulary which I need to explain, I think, but we'll have a go. So, who is brave enough to have a go at the vodka? Enjoyed for centuries straight. I would like somebody to say something about enjoyed for centuries straight. The word straight is the key to this one. To understand this one,
That you use this vodka many years.
That's the first meaning, yes. Enjoyed for centuries straight, like consecutively.
Yes.
Yes.
Leon, I understand from this slogan, they haven't changed the production methods of this vodka for centuries.
Okay, yeah, that's the first meaning. That's the word straight, but there's a special reason for including that word straight rather than consecutively or other words. Why did they use the word straight? If you look in the dictionary regarding spirits, there is a special meaning for a straight. There's a great album I like. I like an album, Straight No Chaser. It's a jazz album. It's a classic, and it's Straight No Chaser. A chaser is a drink that goes alongside another drink. For example, if you have a beer, you can have a little spirit with it. That's called a chaser. But straight.
I think it's about, you know, there's like an idiom, short idiom, being straight arrow. If you are a straight arrow, you don't drink.
Yeah, there is a meaning like that. If you're straight, you're honest, straight as a die, very honest, and you don't cheat. But if you go to a bar and you are allowed to drink alcohol, and you have something like a whiskey, and they say, "How do you like it? Straight?" What do they mean?
Without water.
Yeah, without any kind of mixer, without ice, without tonic or anything. It's straight. So this vodka is enjoyed straight because it's good just to drink it. Okay, the next one also has some kind of wordplay and double meaning, maybe one quite clear meaning and maybe another meaning. So let's move down the line. Keen, are you here? Keen Goma? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. No, because I'm sorry to boot people, but the rule is that you come in the lessons to speak. That's my rule from now on. It's the verbaling rule. So don't take up places with which you don't need. Furkan, can you look at the next one then? Pioneer.
Everything you hear is true. As far as I know, Pioneer is a sound company. It makes speakers. And it means they're creating good speakers, producing good speakers. And also our company's slogans or advertisers are true.
Yeah, so it's speaking about reputation as well as the actual quality of the sound that the hi-fi company are producing. So everything you hear is true. The word true can mean clean and correct. So everything you hear is good quality, but everything you hear about us is true. We have a good reputation.
Do they also imply the word pioneer itself? Because, you know, pioneer means like a person or company who leads.
A leader, yes. A pioneer is a special kind of leading word. Yes, it's quite a good choice of name as well. Yeah.
You hear the pioneer and you say this is true. We are really pioneers. It's not just name. We are really pioneers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So that's a good slogan. I like that slogan. So can you go for the next one? The Economist is an economics magazine.
Oops. The Economist.
One thing I can't understand yet is that if you're waiting to speak and you've muted your mic, why do you unmute it and then don't speak? That's one thing I can never understand. It seems to be a regular thing. So yeah, so we're looking at The Economist. Yeah. Now, it just has 3 words. Can anybody just explain why they've chosen those 3 words?
Is it like an internet site or newspaper? What's The Economist?
The Economist is a journal about economics. So it's to do with the economy and finance and things. And it's read by people who are businessmen and people who are interested in economics. And what is that all about for top laps? Top level, high level, yes, top laps. So why have they said top laps? It's a kind of a silly word game, isn't it?
Maybe for top high-class economists or high-class businessmen, or to be high-class businessman, read this journal. This type of thing.
Yeah, but why did that is what they mean. But why have they said for top laps? Because these words top laps don't really exist, but we know what they mean. And why have they chosen them? They've chosen them because it sounds like laptop.
Yeah.
So not laptops, top laps. Yes, but not the Range Rover one. Range Rover is a vehicle. Now, this is quite an interesting one. I've seen the TV advert. It's how the smooth take the rough. Well, the words smooth and rough here, full of innuendos and meanings.
It's so obvious. It basically says our suspension system is very good. This is a machine for rough areas, and you can drive your car on these areas and it will be smooth because the quality, the suspension. It's literal meaning, I think. I don't know.
That's a literal meaning, yes, but actually the word smooth and rough can not only describe the terrain, but what else could they be describing? Because actually the smooth, if it's the terrain, how can the smooth terrain take something? So it's not talking about terrain. What are the adjectives smooth and rough describing? Not the land and the terrain, but people. A certain kind of person. So you could say for rough, common, uncouth, normal person. And a smooth person is somebody who's probably a bit more sophisticated. So if you have this car, then you're more sophisticated and you can be better than other people. It's how the smooth take the rough. So that these words, smooth and rough, are words to describe off-road driving, but they're also linked to people. Well, the Holiday Inn one is quite literal, I think. Pleasing people the world over. That's a nice kind of slogan, but quite literal. Now, I want to look at Casio because I want to talk about why the question for Casio, I'll just ask it to everybody. Look at the word precisely. Precisely what you're looking for. Now, why did they use the word precisely and not maybe exactly? Why precisely?
Because Casio make clocks and watches,
clocks, yes, clocks.
Watches. And what you need to do to show you precise the time. What is the time? And
if you think about the word instruments and collocations, so instruments, which word collocates best? Is it exact instruments or precision instruments?
Precision.
Precision, it goes, doesn't it? You're making something, a precision instrument, like high-tech, very advanced and very scientifically advanced technical work. So precision is a good word here, precisely what you're looking for. That gives you a kind of feeling of precision instruments.
I think it refers by precisely both time and the watch. It's precisely what you're doing. You want to buy this clock, this watch.
Yeah, so there is a double meaning. Like this is the watch you want precisely, but not exactly, but precisely, because then the word precisely conjures up these images in your mind about these precise instruments and very accurately keeping time. The word exact isn't quite right. So sometimes we're looking at collocations here. This one is more of a joke though. Weight Watchers, frozen meals. Taste, not waste. Who's going to explain that one? Taste, not waste.
I think it's about homophones. Waste like trash, rubbish.
Yeah.
Taste, not waste.
But waste, how do we spell waste, which is something that is thrown away, rubbish?
Yeah.
W-A-S-T-E, yes. But they've chosen another spelling, so why?
Because it doesn't give you fats in your waist.
Yeah, it doesn't make you put weight on. Taste, not waste. So you eat it all, and you don't have to leave it, and it doesn't put weight on. That's a nice little joke. And I think the next one, Northern Telecom, we can just all see, but it's got a phrasal verb to call on somebody. Well, you call on somebody. It's a kind of literal use of the phrasal verb, making it not a phrasal verb. But there is a phrasal verb, call on somebody, but there's not a phrasal verb because you're really calling somebody using that phone. So they've used call on literally and as a phrasal verb together. If you call on something, it means you, well, you visit it or you use it. So technology the world calls on. They've played around with that word call on. They're using it both literally. I use this phone to make a call and to call on somebody. Now, I love this one because I love the advert. Has anyone actually seen the Zanussi advert where something beams down like it's from the Star Trek and appears in the kitchen or somewhere? Has anyone seen that one?
No.
It's not been on for a while. I think it was a few years ago, so maybe it was not in your country, but the adverts in the UK are really good on TV. Sometimes my children don't want to watch the films; they just want to watch the adverts. But yeah, a big washing machine or something comes flying through the air like it's coming off the Starship Enterprise, beaming down, and it comes in a shaft of light, lands in the kitchen, zoom, and just materializes. But what is special about the word appliance, the appliance of science? We were speaking in the last lesson about using words as nouns and verbs and another kind of noun here. So look at the word appliance. Who can explain the word appliance? First of all, in its general use here, what does
device.
what is
Maybe.
The
Yeah.
device.
Yeah.
Close, Grate.
So what kind, Igor, what kind of things are appliances?
I don't know, but in this slogan it means that device that is instrument.
Maybe like biology or other things.
Well, a washing machine is an appliance. What is an appliance and what isn't an appliance? Is a...
Microscope is appliance.
Yeah, okay, and then there's household appliances. Household appliances would be like a fridge, an oven, microwave, those kind of things. But can you see the verb forming a noun? To apply yourself. Appliance of science. So it could mean this fridge is an appliance. This fridge is very scientific. But it could mean that Zanussi apply themselves to science. The appliance of science has resulted in our success because we have lots of scientists. So the machine comes down on a shaft of light, zoom, and a man in a white coat looking like a scientist walks in, and it says the appliance of science. Now, another one from England. Who can actually read that slogan for Leon Perrins? How do you pronounce it?
Worcester.
It's Worcester. Worcester, because it's like Leicester City, Worcester City. How do you actually say that slogan? Who can say it?
The Worcester saucer.
It's the sorcerer. Sorcerer. Saucer. Or sorcerer, actually. It should. I'm going to have to check the spelling of that one because it looks like it's got an R missing at the end. So somebody who makes sauce, but a sorcerer. Has anyone seen Tolkien and things like that? Can anyone tell me what a sorcerer is? But there's a different kind of sorcerer. One with an OU, like this, sorcerer, but this one with an AU. So a sorcerer might be a wizard, a magic person, like Merlin. And they can perform magic tricks with a wand. So Worcester sauce is kind of sauce for food, like soup. Leon Perrin's Worcester sauce, I love it. It's dark black, made with anchovies, and it's made by magic because it's made by a sorcerer. Sorry, yeah, that's right, Igor. Thank you. Not a sorcerer, yeah. So yeah, thank you. So it's kind of magic, and it's a pun on the word sauce or sorcerer. Somebody who makes sauce is a sorcerer. They make it magically. And Bendix Appliances, we'll do the homework. We will do your research and development for you, so that you can tidy up your house. We'll do the homework. Here we've got just a simple question, flowers, fine ales. Who can tell me which word is the pun? Is it flowers or pick or always? Which word is the pun?
Pick.
Pick, yes. Pick flowers. Choose this kind of ale. What is ale?
I don't know.
Ale is a kind of beer.
Oh.
If I say what ails you, what does that mean? What ails you?
Suits you.
What ails you? It's an old way of saying what's wrong, what's up, what's the problem, what ails you, what's making you ill, what ails you. So what ale is a kind of beer. The name of the company is Flowers. So sometimes if you have a funny name like Flowers, they can make an advertising slogan based on that. There was a man, Mr. Creed, the plumber, Mr. Creed, and I made a little slogan up for him. And his name was Mr. Creed, the plumber. And I said, you can believe in Mr. Creed. And I thought that was quite good, because creed is a kind of belief. So this one, Finish detergent, has the name used as a pun as well. So flowers and finish. Brilliant cleaning starts with finish.
I'm sorry. Flowers, fine ales. They sell beers.
Yes, because ale is a kind of beer. There are lots of beer words. For example, bitter, stout. Brown ale. Ale is a kind of beer. Lager, which is more European kind of beer. Which one of those would Guinness be included in? Who knows which one Guinness would be counted as? Would it be called an ale, a bitter, a stout, or a lager?
I don't drink.
Guinness is a very strong black beer, and that's stout. Stout is very strong. A stout gentleman is quite well built. He's very stocky and well built. Right, let's see if I can find one for somebody to do now. I think we'll move down on the screen and I'll find some nice ones. So again, we see get rich quick. That's just using the name in another way. The name is rich, so get rich quick. This is the kind of coffee, Kenko Really Rich. They've just used the word rich. Now let's see this. Another one they've used the name Shape is a kind of yogurt name. Get your family into shape. Get into shape. So here's one. There's a pun here. Get into shape.
Yes.
Double meaning. Who can take over there and give me the double meaning? Furkan, can you explain 2 meanings for get into shape?
First meaning probably taking that yogurt, and second meaning being fit.
Lose weight, maybe,
Yeah.
to get a good shape.
If you get it, if someone's in good shape, if I say, wow, look at him, he's in pretty good shape, what does it mean?
His body
Well built. Well
measures,
built.
yeah, well
Yeah,
built.
muscular, strong, and like an athlete. So get your family into shape. Get them interested in this. So if you're into something, you're interested in using it. I'm really into this at the moment. I do it every day. And get into shape. So you're using the word shape to make a kind of pun. And again, they're just using the name gold, as good as gold.
So
I like this one. Asda is part of Walmart now because Walmart are globally competing with Tesco's. Tesco's are expanding all the way through the world, and Asda were the 4th supermarket chain in England, but now they're part of Walmart. Now, what do you think of this slogan, it Asda be Asda? What's that, it Asda? The first in the slogan there, it Asda be Asda.
Has.
It's a contraction, yes, it had. So what's the full form of the words if it's taken away and written in full?
It has to be Asda.
That's right, it has to be Asda. It has to be Asda. Yes, it has to be Asda. It's there written, isn't it? I can see.
Yes. And
Put the answer in. Okay. Yeah, so you can see that sometimes they use these word games like this. And sometimes they just use the name to make a joke. So John Deere, nothing runs like a deer. That's just using the idea that deers run fast. I'm looking for some good ones now because there's so many of these. So let's slip down. Yeah, I'd like to show you something. Let's have a look at this one. Here we've got one. Pisa the Action. Look, this is a shop. What do you think of that name? Pisa the Action.
it's a pizzeria.
Yeah, they do. They sell pizzas, but why is the name Pisa the Action? Is like the Asda be Asda. Can you give me a full version of Pisa the Action? Like Asda be Asda. What do you think they're speaking about here? Pisa the Action. Give us a piece of the action. If you have a piece of the action, it means you're involved in what's going on. I want a piece of the action.
You have home service, maybe, Leon.
Yeah, it's just an expression which most pizza deliveries have home service and home deliveries with boys on bikes and a container at the back of the bike, and they take it home, take it to people's houses. Home delivery, but piece of the action is really making me think about a piece of the action. I want to be involved, included. I want to be included. I want to be in. I want a piece of the action. Let me show you the next one and see if you can see something. So, what have I got here? Oh, it skipped away somewhere. Sorry. It doesn't work when I'm in the Hangouts. I really don't know why. And here are some more. I'd like to see if anybody can tell me what business these are in. Great Expectations, they sell fireplaces, and the pun is on the word great.
It's about, I think, like kitchen tools. Grater.
Yes, and a fire grate. Do you know this word, a grate? A grate is not just a cheese grater. That's for shredding the cheese, but a grate is a kind of metal grate at the bottom of a fire, if you want to burn some wood or coal, then it keeps the air, it allows the air to go underneath. And it's on a barbecue too. It's you have a kind of grate.
Yes.
So that's Great Expectations sell these fire equipment. So I wanted to show you the next one of these if I can. Let me see if it goes on. Ah, yes, look at this. What do you think of this one? Sofa So Good. What do they
So
sell?
far, so good, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
So far, so good.
They sell sofas. So far, so good. Yeah. That's a silly one. I'm collecting some of these, but I've only got one or two in. But what I'd like to show you is these. And the idea of this exercise is to tell me which of these, if I read down the list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 there, which of them might be hairdressers' shops? So can you tell me, anybody, which of them might be...
Crehairtive.
Yeah, crehairtive.
A cut above.
A cut above. But this word, a cut above, when do we use this expression, a cut above? It's a kind of idiom, to be a cut above. Do you know what that means? If something is a cut above the rest, it means that they're noticeably better than the rest. A cut above. That's a hairdresser's. What do you think number 5 would be? What kind of business? The Cod Father.
Fish.
Fish and chip shop, yes. The Cod Father. A cod is a fish, and this is another fish. How do you pronounce this fish?
Bass.
Bass,
Bass.
yes. No, a bass guitar, but a bass fish, if you were in the last lesson. And so, Blade Runner, is that going to be a fish and chip shop or a hairdresser's? I don't think I'd go to this one. It's a hairdresser's, but I'd be quite scared of having my throat cut. So I would leave that one alone. Now, what is an EWE with you in mind?
Chandelier.
It's
No.
capital, I think. It may be. Oh, no.
And there are 3 homophones, you, and you. And I wonder who knows all 3 of these. You. I'll give you a clue. We were speaking about shearing and a sheep called Sean. And what is a ewe? It's a female sheep. So this is something to do with sheep. What ails you? This is a pub. What's wrong with you? The problem with me, I haven't had a beer for a long time. That's number 9. What ails you? Is number 10 a fish and chip shop, or is it a hairdresser? Number 10, is it a fish and chip shop or a hairdresser?
What is
Fish.
Look at lion and horse, and the hair on the head of a horse
The mane
is
of the lion.
the mane, a lion's mane. So it's a hair, the main concern, looking after your hair. And number 11, who knows what kind of business that is? The Old Spokes Home. It sounds like the Old Folks Home, a place for old people. The Old Folks Home, but it's not
Maybe
old
that.
folks.
Maybe like foster home or something for old people.
You need to, well, it sounds like that, but it isn't, because it's spokes instead of folks. What is a spoke? It can be an interesting word. Not the old folks, but his spoke is broken. Is that a good sentence? His spoke is broken. Is that good grammar? His spoke is broken.
No.
It is, because spoke, yes, but spoke is a noun. His spoke is broken, so he has to go to the Old Spokes Home. This is a shop. What kind of shop is it?
Car brakes.
It is a bicycle repair shop. The Old Spokes Home. Because a spoke is part of the wheel. So he goes to the Old Spokes Home. It's a name of a bicycle shop. Sew in Love, this is a sewing shop. The permanent solution, is that a hairdresser or a fish and chip shop?
Hairdresser.
Yes, what is a perm?
A kind of hairstyle.
Yeah, it's fixed with some kind of chemicals, isn't it? Some women have this, the permanent solution. Full of beans, that's a coffee shop. If you are full of beans, what are you? You've got lots of energy. He's full of beans, isn't he? Look at him, he just can't sit still. He's full of beans. Now, I'm not sure that I would really want to go to Curl Up and Die, but is it a fish and chip shop or a hairdresser's?
You already wrote that.
Curl Up and Die is a hairdresser's shop, yeah. See More Clearly is a... Oh yeah, I have to take the answers out of my book. See More Clearly, opticians. See More Clearly. That's like a kind of name joke. Jack the Stripper is taking... What is he doing? If you're stripping and you're a decorator, you're not taking your clothes off. What are you doing?
Maybe taking the decorates off.
What kind of things are you taking down if you are stripping? We're not taking our clothes off. That's a bit too naughty. So, but we can strip something. What do we strip?
Walls.
Walls, yes. Taking off the old wallpaper. That would be an example of stripping. Now, I'd like you to give me just a couple of sentences at the end to finish off with. So I'm going to find a homophone, and I want you to give me one sentence with the homophone in it. So we've got one to go on already. We've got you, and you. And I asked you if you know all of them. We know two of them. What is the middle one?
I can't see what you wrote in the chat.
So, okay, it's you, Y-O-U, you and me, you and I, that's the first one. Y-E-W, you. Does anybody know Y-E-W, you?
Is it a plant or like fruit?
It's a kind of tree, a tree. And we know E-W-E is you, is a female sheep. Who can give me a grammatically correct sentence with all of those three words in one sentence?
Did you see you that eats you?
Articles, I think we need, though.
Did you see a you that eats a tree? You.
Did you see a you? Yeah. Okay. Would you use the past simple, or would you use a present simple, a present perfect question? Did you see? You could use a past simple maybe, but I think usually we would say, have you ever seen a you? Have you ever seen a you that eats a you?
Yes.
Actually, yeah, the yew trees are poisonous, I think. So I think maybe I haven't ever seen that, but that's a good one. Have you ever seen a yew that eats a yew? Yeah, nice. So can anyone give 3 words? Does anyone know 3 words which are a homophone?
Or.
Or. Okay, let's try that one. So we've got, how do we spell them? Let's see, we've got or, O-R, this or that, this or that. We've got another one, what are they, Furkan? What are the others?
O-R, O-R-E, O-A-R.
Okay, iron ore is some kind of thing, yeah. So can we try that one next? We've got O-A-R, O-R, and O-R-E.
Into one sentence.
All in one sentence, rolled together and correct. Is that too difficult? Maybe it is. Let's see. Can you can the can? Can you can the can? That's well, that's, is that even a homophone? Because it's, yes, it is, because we've got can, tin can. two homophones there. These ores made from iron or calcium ore. There's a verb missing, I think. To be is missing somewhere. These ores made from iron or calcium ore, something. Yeah, are made of. Okay, so now let's try these two words now. Do you know them? Bald, bald.
No. What's the second one?
It's like crying out loud, like hey, bald. So that's that one, and the first one is without any hair on your head.
A bald baby, bald.
Yes, a bald baby, bald. Yes, that's good. Okay, last one will be this one. I'm going to find a tricky one. Do you know this baron? Not the red baron, not the red baron, but this kind of baron. Baron and baron.
Yeah.
Let's try that one.
The first one, I think it's like a mafia baron.
Well, yes, it actually comes from old lords and barons,
Kings.
landowners, kings, and that thing. The baron died in a barren field. Yes, barren means there's nothing around. It's a bit like bear. It's related to bear. So we could even go to bear and bear. Is there such a thing as a bear?
Yes, bear. No.
I don't know how we can have a bear because bears have fur, don't they? And they're always bare, so we can't really have a bear, but maybe we can. I think we'd have to shave it, and then we could say, this bear is bare. Right, okay, well, I'll see you again a bit later on. And I hope that some of the homophones and slogans were
This was really hard.
Yeah, you know, have a look at the page, and if you're really unsure about some of the vocabulary we've done, then you can ask me some questions about it in the Verbling Students group that I've got. A baron lived in a barren land. Yeah.
Teacher, can you give us the link of your group?
Yes, I'll just post it before I shut down here. So I'm going to Facebook now to find it. It's going to be. It's linked to my profile here, but I'll show you where it is. It's just called Verbling Students.
For composting.
And here it is. Yeah, thank you, Verkum. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, thanks. So, if you post any questions relating to the lessons and any little aspects of it which I passed over too quickly or something like that, then I'll try and answer them there. Even tips about what we should do next. I was asking in there what kind of things you like to do. I've decided not to read books because of the continuity. At the moment, it seems continuity is a little bit of a problem. Sometimes people come to read The Prince and the Pauper, for example, and they're different levels, and they haven't read the preceding chapters, and also it was Old English. So I'm dropping that now. And if you have any suggestions about things you would like to do, like question tag practice drills or anything like that, anything you have an idea, then put them in there and I'll have a look at doing them.
Yeah. I have two suggestions. I like British accent, so I like your accent. If you do pronunciation class, it's good for me. And your speaking class is good. Your listeners, you correct our mistakes. I like those two classes.
Okay, I haven't done one of those for a while, so I think I'm going to do one of those tomorrow. The speaking for a minute or two about a given topic and just going through the grammar corrections. We need to do some more of those. We've had a bit of a break, so they work well. We'll do some more of those. Okay then, so I look forward to seeing more of your ideas. See you soon.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.